Welcome to the book release party. It's finally here. An evening of poetry reading from the book and the premiere of a very special video trailer. This is our book, Family Focus Faces 2020 with Poetry. My name is Joanne Avery. I have been employed with Family Focus for 39 years. I have been a part of the Grandparents Raising Grandchildren's group since 2003 when Mrs. Holmes passed that torch down to me. And I want to thank Ms. Holmes for believing in me and instilling in me that I can do this. And I have no regrets. I also want to thank Miss Beth. I met Miss Beth 15 years ago at Haven Middle School. She was doing a poetry group, I was doing a girls group, and we just clicked from day one. And she's been a part of this group for 15 years. Thank you, Miss Beth. But you're going to hear more from her in the next video. Let's get straight to the premiere of the video trailer. Oh my goodness, you're going to love it. I hear so much about it. I refuse to see it. But this was created by our partners, Kason and Whitney and Northlight Theater. I haven't seen it, but I'm ready. Enjoy.
Standing on the shoulders of my mother, my leader who paved a way in my life. She taught me to believe in myself and have confidence no matter what life sends you through. My mother made it to the 6th grade. She stopped school to help her parents feed her brothers and sisters. My mother moved to Illinois in 1965. She worked as a live-in nanny housekeeper. She purchased a home, making sure her kid had a place to live in. As time passed, my mother was able to purchase a 2-flat building by working hard and trusting in God. At the age of 27, I was able to purchase my building because of my mother, a 6th grade educator. Standing on my mother's shoulder. Love you, Mom, and thank you for all you have done in my life. Vivian.
2020's been hard because people has been passing away, and Kobe Bryant passed away too. It's been very, very bad, and the good part is my family is healthy. Say yes for Corona to be gone. Tika Hatfield.
My name is Eddie Hatfield, and I'm a member of the Grandparents Club. My poem represents the challenges that happened in 2020.
My poem is Hold On Even When. And even in the dark moments, the light moments, the funny moments, the happy moments, just hold on. And that's what I continue to do, to hold on. And that poem reminds me so much of life, and it gives me so much of life.
My poems represent my grandkids as well as my kids, and they makes me stay young, and I love it. I love it.
One of my favorite poems that I wrote is What is Poetry? And it's about the confusion a lot of people might have when it comes to poetry. And what I really like about it is when I read over it, I can look back on myself to see how good of a writer I am and to see how deep my poetry is at the same time. Family Focus Faces 2020 with Poetry by the Family Focus of Evanston Community.
Hi, I'm Beth Jacobs, and I facilitate writing groups at Family Focus with Miss Joanne for 15 years now. And that statement is one of the true great joys of my life. This book has its own life, and it just really had to happen. It's a product of the resilience of Family Focus of Evanston Community. Early last year, when we got locked down, a lot of things that we took for granted were just taken away from us. But in that creative space, we found this arena for sharing our expressions together. Thanks to Miss Colette and Miss Debbie and Miss Joanne, all of the family focus programs went online, and that included the writing groups. And at first we were really worried that everyone would be very distracted and all the momentum for our writing would get lost. But what we started to find out is that exactly the opposite happened. All of our writing really deepened and got richer as we started really processing all of the things that were happening last year, all of the losses, all of the difficult awakenings, and all of the pressures. And we just found that over time, the writing was taking on more and more of a role to help us process, digest, and express how we felt. So sometime late in the summer, it became obvious that we had this body of poetry that had so much heart and wisdom and humor and life, and that we just needed to bring it together. So with Miss Colette's efforts, we got a grant to make this book, and it is now a physical reality in our virtual world. Poetry has always been a vehicle of adaptation and resilience, and I would go so far as to say a mode of survival for people. In our poetry, we kind of distill our experience into its essence in this way that everyone can access on some level. And we released pain, we created worlds, we shared strength in every line. Every single poet in this book has a beautiful, unique voice that rings through and just carries so much deep insight into the mix. Family Focus of Evanston has always had a great vision, and there have always been a lot of great writers associated with Family Focus, and this kind of creative adaptivity that really shows through every page of this book. So we're all incredibly thankful to be part of it, and we hope that you will savor every single page of Family Focus Basis 2020 with poetry. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Beth, for those amazing, beautiful words, illuminating. Now let's hear some of the poems from the voices of the poets. Enjoy.
A Poet's Report by Brielle. Only a poet can stay creative in a noisy room. I am a poet and that's what I'm doing. If you can't do it, then you're not a poet.
The Poet's Report by Soul. Only the poet knows the beauty in your power and the kindness in your heart. Only the poet knows the strongness in your bones. You are strong and powerful, and no one can change that. The color in your eyes are beautiful.
My perspective, Eddie Hatfield, because I am the woman of God that I am now, only by the grace of God for delivering me from drugs and alcohol. I am me. And I know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am able to wake up each day with a smile on my face. I have some good days and some bad days, but I know that the battle is not mine, it's the Lord's. I am so thankful and grateful to be the woman of God that I am today. I can see things clearly now, which makes me a much more loving and caring person, a better person. I love the women in the grandparents group and Miss Joanne and Miss Beth. God bless everyone.
Because by Tammy. Because of God, I am able to be me. Because I am me, I love hard without condition. I give without being asked. I sacrifice daily. Because I am me, I always have my children in mind. Because I am me, I dedicate most of my everyday life to taking care of others. Because I am me, I see the good in people no matter what. Because I am me, it is just that. I am me.
Feeling Good About Myself in 2020 by Riley. I didn't give up because I have people depending on me. I have good grades even though it's been rough. I keep a smile on my face because I love life and because I have people around me to support me unconditionally. I love myself and I have confidence with everything I do. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head and food to eat. I'm grateful for my healthy family to always care for me.
With Things as They Are Today by Alita Hatfield. With things as they are today, what keeps me going is my strong faith in God. My faith is so strong that sometimes I feel that I am untouchable by man. My second source of strength is my grandmother. She has always instilled in me that God will take care of me because I was God's child. Through all trials and tribulations, she was very joyful and kept a smile on her face. She had problems just as we all do, but you would never see her worried. She always relied on God for her own. Even sickened in bed, suffering from a stroke, she never gave up on faith. Whatever happens is God's will. And she kept smiling up until her very end, the end.
Special Girl by Patty Daniel. Notice how the world has changed. Notice how this is a gift from God.
A Quiet Time by Claudia. We need quiet time to examine our lives openly and honestly. Spending quiet time alone gives your mind an opportunity to renew itself and create orders.
Lost and Found by Joanne Avery. I realize when you lose something or someone, it's kind of poetic in a sense. For instance, when I found my dad at 16 in Miami, Florida, all the way from Chicago, Illinois, not knowing who I was looking for in a crowded airport. Somehow he knew who I was, and I knew who he was. You see, that's poetic right there. But at that moment when I lost my dad, it reminded me of a loss you never want to endure. To lose someone that meant so much to you and who didn't even know that it was going to mean that much. You couldn't find the words to express this feeling at the beginning or at the end. I just know it's an emptiness that I feel every day, and it hurts so much. I would give anything to tell my dad I love him. My mind and my spirit says I lost him. But right here, right now, I realized you will forever be in my heart. Not lost at all, but forever found. I love you, Dad, forever and always. Not lost, but found.
Months and Sundays pass us by, but that one phone call, like we never left each other's side. Talking for hours, not really saying nothing. But when that serious moment comes, we are open and humble. No judging, and with compassion, telling each other the truth. Forever, my Mita. Forever, it's you.
Whether I am depressed by Mia. People don't care about my feelings. And when that happens, I feel like a snowball, just thrown around and controlled, which makes me feel struck by lightning. And when I feel unappreciated, that's when I become a storm. I can't control my feelings, just how I can't control the weather. I feel like there's this great hailstorm, and there's a master, and all the hail is a little puppet on one string being controlled. And that's a lot against one person without an umbrella for protection. That's where there's competition, and I defend myself by becoming a storm. And guess what always happens in the end? They are in my head, like the rain after effect. Then a tornado arrives, and all my thoughts around me. Can't take it anymore. I'm a blizzard now.
My name is Vivian Anderson. The name of my poem is Lockdown Blues. The lockdown blues, the pandemic, a lockdown blues, the first. I have never seen nothing like this before. The lockdown blues. Lord, Lord, every time I turn around, nothing but sickness, nothing but killing, people starving. The lockdown blues. Lord, we need you. We need you right now. Remove this lockdown. Knockdown, lockdown, down home blues. Down home, lockdown blues.
What Matters by Carol Singleton. The things that most matter to me is my family, my job of 21 years, and my friends. The grandparents group. I hope soon that we can get back together the way things was before this new life that we all have right now. Sometimes I think to myself about how this new life that we all have right now, when will it end? Or will it ever end? If not, this will be our new life with the mask on around each other all the time.
Why is the World Terrible by Harmony Brown? Why is the world unfair? Why do we have to take time out of our day to yell, march, and protest? Why are people hateful like that? Why are we forced to stay down but we stand up?
Hold on to prayer by Beverly Bonner. Hold on to prayer when all about you is chaos. Just hold on to it. It will not always be like this. Hold on to Jesus, the solid rock.
Loss Over Hope by Robin Robinson. For every loss has its purpose, some reasons never known. Heaven needing another angel, yes, that's the reason we're called home. Hurts left battered, dreams are shattered, families torn apart. We all come with a purpose to fulfill. Our stepping stones sometime mountains, other times hills. Yet our paths have already been paved from the moment we're conceived. A glimmer of light can shine so bright in the darkest of dark days. To see someone considered hopeless, seek and find another way. To share a smile with a stranger just may be what brightens up their day. May every tear of loss be washed away with tears of hope and joy. Thank you, God, for placing me here. May I be a glimmer of hope for someone today. Thank you.
The name of my poem is Balancing Lost and Hope. My lost was losing my mother at 7. My hope was gaining another at 11. My lost was saying goodbye to my loved ones who passed away. My hope is seeing them again another day. My lost was never looking forward enough. My hope was receiving 2 degrees that was tough. My lost is not being able to do more for the young. My hope is that they continue to be strong. My losses is what makes my hopes see the light and continue to fight for what is right.
Inspired by Leah Malcolm. My name is Leah Malcolm. I am 10 years old. I'm happy that we have a new president and a new vice president. I am happy that the vice president is Kamala Harris because she inspires me, because she is the first woman to be vice president. She's also the first Black woman to be vice president. When I look at her, I am inspired because I see someone who looks like me. I feel that I can accomplish anything I put my mind to. I feel motivated to study hard. I feel motivated to practice my piano, violin, and trumpet every day. My mom tells me all the time, if you practice and study every day, you will be great. I don't know if I want to be president or vice president when I grow up, but I do know that I can do whatever I dream of.
2020 Time Capsule by Barbara Wilson. In 2020, I saw a pandemic explode. In 2020, I thought I would burst from overload. In 2020, I realized that life takes one down such an unpredictable road. In 2020, I learned to be grateful for everything and take nothing for granted. And that somehow, despite our individual differences, we all have been given the same life changing load. In 2020, we all learned survival, defined by a different code. Thank you.
Time Capsule 2020. My name is Tika. 2020 has been hard because people has been passing away, and Kobe Bryant passed away too. It's been very, very bad. But the good part is my family is healthy. So say yes for Corona to be gone.
The Year of 2020 by Lanika Ross. 2020, the year that all of this mayhem began. We've endured so much hurt and pain. I'm ready for it to all end. Police brutality to the closing of schools, violent protests to people looting in the street, acting complete fools. Racial injustice that leads to continuous hate, high-profile shootings, Breonna Taylor and Jacob Blake. Black Lives Matter, as all lives do. We're fighting a race war that's bigger than me and you. The system is designed to fail us all. We need to embrace one another, stand tall, because a nation divided eventually will fall. This year has been trying, hard to say the least, but I beat COVID-19 twice. This beauty turned into a beast.
This poem will save the world by Shayla. Listen, world, you need to respect the world, not just animals, but each other. How can we support each other? We can't get along. You have to stop hurting our planet. Earth gave so much not to get destroyed. Earth did everything for us. Let's do something for it. You should start listening to the pleas and cries for help as people are dying each day. You have the power to do something. You can use it or waste all the time you have left to keep it in.
I want to thank you to each and every one of those poets. Oh my goodness, they were amazing. I'll be remiss if I didn't tell you about a very important and special person here at Family Focus and with the grandparents, Colette Allen. You have been an amazing director and a supporter of the grandparents group from day one. We want to say thank you. We're going to miss you, but thank you so much for always just looking for ways that can support our group. So we want to thank you for that. I want to thank Linda Glue and her mom for being our forever partners and donors in the Grandparents Raising Grandchildren's group. They have been a part of our group for a long time. They even got t-shirts that says the grandparents groups. And that came from the grandparents wanting to give that to them. So thank you so much for always supporting us. Kaiser has been with us all week trying to get this together. Him and Christina, actually. But Kaiser has been doing so many takes with us, so patient. Kaiser is a part of our group. The grandparents love Kaiser. And we're so forever grateful that he came into our lives when he did. Grandparents, last but not least, our grandparents. You are some amazing women with amazing talent and writing capabilities. You all are just blossomed so much in this group. You found your voices, and I thank you for that. Now make sure you buy this book. It's 320 pages in this book. And it all came from our kids and our grandparents. You must buy this book and support them. I'm going to end tonight with a quote that we always used, and it's by Harriet Tubman. Every dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world. You're on your way, grandparents. Awesome job tonight. So have a wonderful night, and thanks for watching. From Joanne.
Alita.
Aaliyah.
Barbara.
Beverly.
Riel.
Carol. Thank you, Claudia.
Eddie.
Harmony.
Joanne.
Lanika.
Marsha.
Mia.
Patty. Daniel.
Riley.
Robin Robinson.
Shayla.
Soleil.
Tammy.
Tika Hat.
Tonette.
And Vivian. Thank you all for coming.